watching the NCRA Sports Network, the #1 sports network in the nation, covering high school sports, NCRA Sports Network.
Okay, we're back to live action. Let's get ready to rumble. And we got SONY MICHEL back. Deep. I guarantee they'll kick it away. Well, they kicked it in the end zone. That's a good thing. And folks, we want to bring you tonight new color analysis. Guest tonight with the NCRA Sports Network, Mr. Damian Hunt. Damian, good to see you tonight, man.
Thanks a lot, Coach. I greatly appreciate it. This is going to be awesome.
Yeah, we're looking for a barn burner here, especially with American Heritage coming out first with SONY, and that's one young man that's got a lot of experience and a lot of people looking at him, and you can see everybody's tapping him on the head over there.
Absolutely. That is one of the most complete backs I've seen at such a young age. He is absolutely one of the most talented probably in South Florida.
We got first down from the 20. Cogswell back. Gives it to SONY. He's around the right side. He picks up about 5 yards.
This kid is stellar. Especially coming off of a great game last week after having 97 yards and 2 touchdowns. This is a phenomenal back.
No huddle offense. Cogswell's back. Quick throw. He sees the man wide open.
That's it. He's gone.
Taking it all the way to the house.
He's gone.
75 yards.
Isaiah
number 5.
McKenzie.
Isaiah McKenzie. Second play from scrimmage. Touchdown. American Heritage. They caught the corner. What was going on, Damian?
Well, basically, you're looking at the corner, looking in the backfield. SONY MICHEL being such a threat, he takes a lot of attention away from everything and fell asleep.
We have a penalty. We got the refs talking back here. I don't see a flag. That was quick. That was quick. Nope, they're going to line up for the extra point. Wow. I can't even see. Let's see, 11:29. They just barely burned off a few minutes.
Well, that's what execution does every week, Coach. Execution beats talent every time. It's just a great thing that American Heritage actually has execution and talent.
Yes, they do. They're well coached. Coach Dillenbach on the other side of the ball over there. Been with Heritage for a couple years now. Great athletes coming out. Got them all over the country playing now.
Yeah, they do.
We even worked with them a couple years ago with our Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation and our academic mentoring, and we have a couple of them that are still in college. That's always a good thing.
That's the most beautiful thing and the most important thing, and I definitely have to commend KDA and NCRA for helping these young men fulfill their dreams and doing things that most likely their families aren't capable of doing themselves. So you guys are doing an absolutely wonderful and awesome job.
Well, we love doing it, and we know you have the passion. We know you love doing it too. Here's the extra point. Snaps up, the kick is up, and we're getting a good signal. It's 7-0 with 11:29 in the first quarter. That was quick, Damian.
That was lightning fast, and Hallandale better do something in return. If not, it's going to be a long, long night.
You can say that again. Well, we're going to get to see the offense, Hallandale's offense, first time on the ball, and it looks like they have a freshman quarterback.
He is stellar. It reminds me of a young Denard Robertson. Not as fast, but I tell you one thing, he has an arm and he has heart. He can get the ball out of his hands real fast and in a hurry.
Tyler Huntley.
Yes, sir.
Freshman quarterback, 170 pounds, 5'11". That is a good fire to put him in early. My goodness, I don't see another quarterback on the roster.
You know, I mean, they have a few that can actually back up. I know they actually have a couple of their receivers that have come in. Number 2, Hussein Gordon, he'll also come in from time to time to do some quarterbacking as far as some highlights that I've seen in the past. And they all have pretty strong arms. So we'll see what he can do.
Yeah, we're going to see what he can do with a very, very seasoned offense and defense, very disciplined school in American Heritage Plantation.
Absolutely.
Kickoff is up. It's a high kickoff. It's returnable.
He
Caught
fumbled.
and dropped. Fumbled.
Ah,
Very lucky on that one. Fell on it about the 19-yard line. That could have been a major mistake because I can guarantee you Heritage is looking to punch it in every time they get the ball.
and I tell you one thing, they have a very, very high tolerant rate of making sure that to impact pain, and it starts mental.
I was watching this American Heritage football team. The only loss they have this year is against Jacksonville Vols. That's a powerhouse team in North Florida that probably sees the playoffs every year.
That they do. I mean, American Heritage, and it was only about 3 points, 30-27. So you're talking about a matter of a field goal or maybe a misplay, and you're talking about the difference between being 3-1 and 4-0.
All right, you got Huntley in an empty backfield. He's looking to the right. He throws it out here, number 5, out of his hands. Should have caught it, Floyd. In and out of his hands. Young man does have a strong arm.
He does. And when that ball touches your hand as a receiver, as a former receiver, it touches your hand, you catch that ball.
You've got to touch it if it touched your hands. They started out with an empty backfield, trips to the right. Let's see what they bring out this time.
I notice that Hallandale doesn't signal plays in. They're actually having the quarterback run back and forth. Let's see how that plays a toll in the fourth quarter.
Yes. Got a strong backfield, strong right. Man in motion. Penalty flag. Maybe too much time. See what the call is from the ref. Well, the motion man started forward too quick.
Got to be disciplined, Coach. You have to be disciplined.
Execution. Second down from the 15. Long way to go for this young man. Yes, he is running in and out of the field for each play, so we will see what kind of toll it takes on him by the end of the game. Heck, he's only 15 years, got 15 years on those legs, so should be able to run all day long. He's set back again with one back in the backfield. 2 wide on the right side. He's coming to the right, rolling out. He throws it out to the right, out of bounds, and he is laid out back there.
Yeah.
He's laid out there by number 99. Number 99 is Darius Holliday. He's a senior defensive end. That's a big boy.
That is a nice size kid. Jeez.
That is a big boy there. He's probably going to be in the backfield a lot. They don't have their measurements on here. I'd assume he's probably 6'3", 6'4".
According to my information, he looks to be about 6'5", 6'6".
Okay.
And about 260, 270.
Well, we got third down and forever. You got a split backfield. Snap is no. He's back. 99's in there again.
You called the coach.
He sacked him again. Darius Holliday.
He's quick.
There's got to be somebody. He's going to have to be triple teamed up there. And this is going to be very dangerous, Damian. They're back on about the 4-yard line. They got to punt out.
I'm going to go off on a line and say that they're going after this kick, and if they don't, they have to watch out for number 5. This kid is faster than a hiccup. I'll tell you right now, this kid is quick. If you blink, you miss him.
Isaiah McKenzie. He is a junior. Junior wide receiver defensive back.
He's a quick one, Coach.
Boy, you got the punter up, too. He gets it off. High kick. High and short, but he got it out of there. I'm amazed. That's a decent kick for that young man out to the 40-yard line.
Absolutely.
Great field position for American Heritage to take the ball for their second possession. And let's see if Hallandale's defense can hold them on the field a little longer than 2 plays.
And American Heritage has a very decent line, a size line as well. I mean, they are stout.
It looks like it. Cogswell is back. He's got 3 wide to the left.
Empty backfield.
He's looking to his right. Short throw to SONY. He's still up over there. Picks up about 7 or 8.
You have to game tackle that young man. He is a strong, strong young man, and one person cannot bring him down.
Boy, you see the respect they gave to SONY. I think they must have been 7 yards off of him. Cogswell will dump it over to him all day.
I would.
You're going to probably have to put your best player on him all night. He's got him in the backfield. Cogwell's back.
Yeah, I'm looking at McKenzie possibly getting this ball.
Looks like we got movement on the offensive side of the ball. First penalty of the night for Heritage.
It's going to be a legal procedure on the Patriots.
Legal procedure.
It's going to be a 5-yard loss.
Second down and about 7. 6. They're lining back up. SONY in the backfield. Cogswell's back. He's got two wide, one down, one up.
And I'm looking at this press coverage getting ready to go on now. Up.
SONY with the ball. Runs it off tackle left side. Didn't get a lot of help by his lineman, but still picked up 2 or 3. That's a strong young man.
That is a very strong man. I don't know what his parents been feeding him, but I tell you one thing, I need some of it.
Third down and about 3 yards. Let's see what they're going to do with this.
Well, at this particular point, it doesn't look like Hallandale's doing anything to really stop them, so I'm looking for a blitz to come right up the middle.
Strong I formation. Cogswell gives to SONY right up the middle.
And wow.
Powers forward, and it's close. It's close.
Jeez.
It doesn't look like he may have, depends on the spot, doesn't look like he got it. It's very close, but I'm sure they're going to go for it.
Absolutely. I mean, as you can tell from that run by SONY MICHEL, it doesn't matter what side you are, he's running north and south.
Okay, well, the officials are going to take a timeout for a measurement, and as they do that, we're going to take a short break. You're watching the NCRA Sports Network, the #1 high school sports network in the country, covering high school sports and events. This is the NCRA Sports Network.
Come on down to Bruce Room. Great taste is just the beginning. First thing that you'll notice, this is your kind of place. When you sit back and relax, you're gonna love the taste. Good times don't go to waste. You found the right place. Come on down to Bruce Room. Great taste is just the beginning.
Okay, we're back to live action. It's 4th down and inches, and I'm sure they're going to line up in that strong backfield again, Damian.
Yeah, I'm looking for SONY MICHEL to just run this right up the gut.
Strong formation. Gives a fullback, number 7.
Wow.
And he makes it easy. That was a surprise. Walter Lee Tucker, the third, a senior running back, defensive end.
Yeah, that's another big one.
That's their first down of the night. They scored on the second play of the game. Cogswell's back. SONY's next to him. 2 wide. Snap the ball. He's looking over the middle. He's got his receiver, number 22. Another first down. Tyler Carmona.
Yeah, this is a hybrid type tight end. I mean, you're talking about like another Patriot, New England Patriot, Hernandez. This kid is absolutely athletic. He's big. He's physical. He'll be all over the field. He'll be playing tight end. They'll split him out wide. He's another great athlete.
It looks like they caught him in cover 2 and ran that seam pattern. He was right there.
It's going to be open all night, Coach, if they don't do something.
We got Cogswell back with SONY right behind him. Gives to SONY. He's running to the left. He's going to make the edge. He almost makes the edge.
Almost.
Gets it all the way down, I believe. There's a flag on the play. Let's see what it is. Maybe holding.
And judging by the referee on the side, looking like it might be against the offense.
Hallandale could use that. Their biggest defensive play of the night. Oh, chop block. That's a big one. I believe that's going to be 15.
I believe you're right, Coach. This is something that they're trying to cut down on to make sure that they save these young men's career and knees.
Yeah, that's a career ender for sure. So it brings them all the way back to close to the 20-yard line. We'll call it the 19. Cogswell's back as Sony's behind him. First down and goal. Now we've got a timeout. Heritage, as we take that timeout, we'll go through a timeout. This is High School Sports, brought to you by the NCRA Sports Network.
You're watching the NCRA Sports Network, the #1 sports network in the nation, covering high school sports, NCRA Sports Network.
There are over 1,800 colleges and universities in the nation. There are over 10 million high school student athletes that graduate each year. Only 0.08% of these student athletes that graduate receive full scholarships.
Okay, we're back to live action. First down and goal. Damien, what do you expect out of this one?
I'm looking at possibly a sweep to the left over here. I was wrong, but
Gave it to him up the middle. Looks like he's got a lot of green. He's going to make it to the goal. Well, it's a good thing.
yeah,
At number 5 came up. Sony's over there patting him on the head. That was Floyd Cumani making a single tackle. That's a heck of a tackle on that, Michelle, out there one-on-one.
that is, and I'm pretty sure his eyes got as big as probably the size of a Buick headlights. Because I mean, when you see that coming downhill from you, it's gonna be a problem. And you hope to do something, slow him down, and hopefully make the tackle and bring him down. But I tell you, it's gonna be a task.
Well, we got second down and goal at the 5-yard line. It's strong formation. Sony back. Fullback's leading. Sony's hitting the middle, and he's driving.
Oh my gosh.
Down to about the 3-yard line. It'll be third and goal from about the 3. Make it the 2. They're moving it in a little closer.
Yeah, I don't really see them doing too much of anything different. This is just going to be man-on-man power football. Let's see who wins.
They're down. Strong formation. Gives to Sony again. He walks it in for the score. This is going to be a long night, Coach. Long night.
You're absolutely right, Coach. This is something where, you hope to contain them. You know you can't stop them, but you just hope to do something that's going to, slow him down. And right now he's on a momentum chaser, and this is nightmarish for Hallandale, and a dream come true for American Heritage.
Now, what can they do, Damien, to slow a running back down like Sony? You concentrate on all your efforts on Sony, and then you're going to get that deep throw again.
Well, one thing that I would actually do, Coach, is go ahead and get him out of that. They look like they actually have zero coverage on one side, and and try to man up all the way through. I would try my best to make sure go ahead and go into a cover 2 and try to at least have a floating strong safety to spy Sony MICHEL. Normally they have an offense, a lineman or a linebacker actually do something along the lines of spying on the quarterback. I would actually make sure that I spy SONY MICHEL, because if you're not, you're looking at almost a 200-yard game, if not more.
Yeah, we're only in the first quarter. A few minutes into the first quarter, it's already 14-0. And it would be a long night if they don't slow him down.
The beautiful thing is that we actually have 2 Sun Sentinel top 25 young men here. Michael Deeb, which is the linebacker, and of course SONY MICHEL. So, Hallandale's going to have to do something. They're going to have to make some form of an answer. If not, it's going to be a nightmarish of a time.
Looks like there's whistles on the kick. What do we have there?
I think it's going to be offsides on the kicking team.
Move them back 5 yards. They got those guys out there that were trying to make a position.
Absolutely. And the thing is, the kicker is not really trying to kick it to the back of the end zone. They actually have confidence within their defense to kick him to a short field, and that's what's going on right now.
Yeah, they need to get something big this series. Slow these guys down a little bit. Put some points on the board. That's number 5 with the ball. Isaiah McKenzie. He cuts it back to the middle. He almost breaks it up the middle. He gets out to the 40-yard line.
That's exactly what they need.
Get him fired up. That's a junior. Isaiah McKenzie. He's a wide receiver, defensive back. That's exactly what they needed. Maybe it'll get the offense fired up, Damien.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
See what they can do. Hallandale's back on offense. Yeah, strong formation. Got the young freshman under center, number 10, Tyler Huntley. The give is off tackle right up the middle.
Wow.
They may have found something. Number 29, Taj McGowan. Good run. He picked up about 13, 14 for the first down.
That hole was actually created by one Mr. Lorenzo Wilson, the fullback. He met the linebacker and just blew him completely out of the box. So that was a beautiful job. Beautiful job in lead blocking.
That was a good job opening that hole. Young man hands off again to the left side this time. Maybe they saw something. All they get. A host of tacklers, about 3 or 4 yards.
What I love to see is I love to see a wide receiver blocking, and that's one thing you saw with number 5, Kamani Floyd. He actually just took number 24, the DB, straight to the ground, straight pancake. I love seeing that. As a receiver and as a receiver coach, that's one thing you always teach your receivers. You can't play on the field unless you know how to block. Not all the time will the ball be up in the air, so do something, make it worthwhile.
And if you want to play at the next level, you definitely have to get your hands on a DB.
Absolutely.
And we got Floyd down here. Give is off tackle. Looks like he's going to be called for a loss.
Looks like the McKenzie kid from American Heritage. Is that number 5?
Yes.
Yeah, he's all over the field. He's going to be playing special tems, offense, defense. I love those type of players because basically it's just, coach, wherever you need me, I'll play.
Well, it's a long ways for young Huntley. 3rd down and long. It's going to test his skill level. Really, it's only 6 games for this young man coming out of middle school. Pretty impressive to be playing South Florida High School at that level, at this level of the game. Let's see what he's got. He's in an well, he's got one back in the backfield, number 3.
Yeah, we
Tyron Roll.
Trips left open.
Snap of the ball. Those big boys are coming through.
Yeah.
My goodness gracious.
Trying to go screen.
Smartly throws it into the ground, but oh my gosh. 85, 99. 85, Mark Aguilar, senior DN, linebacker, and tight end.
Yeah, they pretty much bust that wide open. I think they were trying to go for a screen and didn't work out too well.
Yeah, and Lil Huntley saw that beef coming after him, about 600 pounds worth. Oh, they got a hold on Heritage.
Wow.
That's a gift. Didn't even see that flag. That'll be, well, not an automatic first down, but it gives them play over again, 3rd down and about 4.
I wouldn't be surprised if in the next couple of plays you don't see that screen play again. Maybe away from 99.
Whistle's being blown. Refs are going to come together and talk about it. Well, if Dame, if they muster something up here and at least get them back, you know, they'd love to have the points, but at least back them up a little bit so they're not starting out down the field. That would be okay. Now they've straightened out the yard mark, so now we're going to get that first down. I thought so.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen a 5-yard holding penalty,
exactly.
But you know, hey,
exactly what I was going to say. I've never seen a 5-yard hold, so that's a first down for them. Young Huntley comes back out. Tyler Huntley. He's got number 3. Trayvon Roll in the backfield. And a strong right formation. Huntley gives it to Roll. Oh.
And number 99 is just creating so much problems right now. They're gonna do something for him by the end of the night. If not, you're looking at him having a career night in one game.
That's Darius Hollandale, and it looks like number 95 is Brandon Hollandale. It looks like they got two brothers in there. I'm not sure if 95 is out there on the line or not, but that's probably his brother. Hollandale is going to be blowing him up. That was a loss of about 1. Second down and 11. Strong formation left side. Huntley, 2 wide left. Huntley gives to the tailback. He's going to go tackle and maybe get a yard. Going to pay for it, though, Damian.
The one thing that you have to pay attention to, Coach, is that when you see American Heritage actually tackle, you see game tackle. The entire team is around the ball. You don't just see one person, 2 people. You actually see 4, 5, 6 hats on the ball at any given time. That's discipline, and you have to credit Coach Dallenbach for that one.
All right, we got 3 wide right. Huntley backfield, single back in the backfield. Third down and 11. He drops back. He's looking right, but he throws to the left. He's going deep. This receiver's got to turn around and look because the defenders didn't look. I don't know, were they looking in the light or what?
Coach, it looks like, first of all, as a receiver, you have to give your quarterback something to work with. You can't be so tight on the sideline, and it looks like that number 2. Was that Gordon? Looked like he was actually too close to the sideline. You have to give your quarterback something to work with. If not, you're making the DB job that much more easier.
Well, it's 4th down and 11. Hallandale sends out their punter wisely. Maybe they can back them up and slow them down. Keep their defense off the field. It's going to be punting from the 45-yard line, and let's see what they got back there. Number 5, Isaiah McKenzie for Heritage. He gets the punt off, and it's a high one. What a kick. What a kick. Down inside the 5-yard line.
That's actually a really, really good pooch kick. You want to keep it away from McKenzie. I tell you that one thing. But one thing that McKenzie needs to work on is when the ball is out of play and he doesn't plan on touching the ball, get out of the way. The ball is oblong. It's not a round ball. So it will bounce all over the place.
That's good advice. That's good advice. Well, let's see what Hallandale can do. The Chargers can do with these American Heritage, the Patriots, a powerful offense that already put 14 points up on the board. Still in the first quarter. They've got Oswell with 2 backs in the backfield. He's set back. 2 wide receivers to give us to the running back. It is SONY coming around the left side. And it takes a host of tacklers. It looks like SONY picked up 9 yards.
MICHEL on the tackle is number 11, John Battle.
He may be on the road to a 100-plus game, Damian.
Coach, it looks like he may be on the road for a 100-plus game in the first half.
You may be right.
He does not have a negative play yet. And to be honest with you, I don't think there's too many defenses that can actually make him have a negative play.
Oswell's back. 2 backs in the backfield. Sony's one of them. Give the ball to SONY again. They're going to go the right side this time. SONY cuts up the middle, but he hits a little bit of that dirt out there. But it was actually a good job. Was that the corner that came up and turned?
That was a corner that came up to stop the run. If SONY MICHEL would actually cut up, his lead blocker, number 7, actually had it sealed off, and he probably would have been still running at this particular point.
Hey, that was John Battle that turned it in. John Battle is one of our special Keeping Dreams Alive student athletes, and number 11, John Battle, is a junior, and he came all the way from the safety position up and turned SONY inside. So that was a good job by John. Looks like that's the end of the first quarter. And as they take a break, we'll take a break too. Stay with us. We're having a blast down here at Hallandale High School. This is Glenn Stout and Damian Hunt bringing you high school sports from the high school sport capital, NCRA Sports Network. We'll be right back.
Come on down to Bruce Room. Great taste is just the beginning. First thing that you'll notice, this is your kind of place. When you sit back and relax, you're gonna love the taste. Good times don't go to waste. You found the right place. Come on down to Brews Room. Great taste is just the beginning.
And we're back to live action. They just switched sides of the field. It's beginning of the second quarter. And Damian, what does this defense in Hallandale have to do? Get that offense back.
What you definitely don't want to do is make sure that you don't want to load the box and try to stop SONY MICHEL, because as we've seen, you're actually putting your DBs out there on the island. It's right now it's about everybody doing their job. The DNs have to contain, and right now they're being sucked in because they're thinking that SONY MICHEL will cut up and he doesn't have a problem running up the middle. So the one thing that I would actually do is making sure that you keep your edges tight and keep your middle stout, and just hope that that will be enough. But if not, you're gonna have to do something. I would actually do a couple of blitzes from different locations, and just try to make sure that the offense doesn't give you a telltale sign of what you're going to be doing later.
Cogswell's under center. He gives to the fullback on a trap. He's hitting the left side. He's going down the field. He picks up about 30 yards. That's number 7, Walter Lee Tucker III.
He's brought down by number 23.
Wow. A little misdirection trap by the fullback.
Norman Horn. Gonna be good enough for the.
That's when you actually have so much respect for Mr. SONY MICHEL that you would just rather send your entire team at his direction.
Number 7, Walter Lee must love running that play. You got Cogswell back. Walter and SONY in the backfield, 2 wide. One step drop, boom, right over the middle. Number 22 catches the ball and picks up another 20 yards. That's the first call of the day for Tyler Carmano. Maybe he caught one inside the last time. It looks like, Damian, they were in cover 3 that time.
They were in cover 3, so that actually has the safety so far back. And, that keeps, you have to keep somebody in the middle of the field.
Oswald back again. SONY, he gives to SONY. He cuts it back to the middle. Only picks up about 1 or 2. Yeah, that's surprising. Obviously, the coaches upstairs on top of the roof see that safety, and that is John Battle out there, free safety. Back that far to get away with a seam pattern with a cover 3.
Well, that particular play is definitely set up by all the running and the misdirection that was done previously. And if they don't do something, again, you're looking at this tight end actually having a field day.
Well, looks like Hallandale wants to talk about it. Timeout on the field, and as they take a timeout on the field, we'll take a timeout as well. You're watching high school sports from the NCRA Sports Network.
You're watching the NCRA Sports Network, the #1 sports network in the nation, covering high school sports. NCRA Sports Network.
And we're back to live action. It's second down at 8 yards. Cogswell's back. SONY in the backfield. Flags are all over the place.
That's the receivers. And it actually might be on SONY MICHEL. A little bit antsy there.
Okay, that wasn't SONY in the backfield. That was actually Walter Lee. SONY was out wide.
Yes, sir. Yes, he was.
A little anxious. That'll move him back 5 more yards. Second down and about 12 or 13. Line back up. They're probably going to run the same play.
Same exact play, Coach. You didn't see any huddle or any player call.
SONY's in the slot left. Oswell's back. He's looking for him. Throws it deep to him. Too far. Good coverage out there by number 5. Floyd. Floyd did exactly what you said he needed to do. He needed to come up and press him, and one-on-one with SONY, not intimidated. He stayed with him the whole way.
Well, that's when also, Coach, when you have when you actually have a well-disciplined cornerback such as Floyd there, he actually used the sideline as a second man, and he squeezed SONY MICHEL to the sideline to basically there was nothing else that the quarterback could do but throw it out of bounds.
Looks like they got an inside trips right, and Cogswell's back, single back in the backfield. It's 3rd down and 13. He's looking for the swing, fake the swing. He can't throw it anywhere. Cogswell throws it away. He's outside the pocket, but they had that safety blitz you were talking about, Coach. Exactly what you were talking about. They need to bring pressure on him. They brought number 22, Scott. And look at there, 4th down.
That's exactly what you want to do, Coach, to switch it up a little bit. You don't want to continue to do the same thing. You have to switch it up and think outside the box. And with the talented this team as American Heritage is, you want something that's going to have the element of surprise, and that they were ready. The quarterback does need to make sure that he throws to the ground and not toward an opponent, because that was almost intercepted.
Well, let me tell you something. This is some respect, or they don't have anybody set back to retrieve the punt. So I guess they're assuming the ball is going to go into the end zone, which they got lucky that it did, or they don't have a punt returner.
And I'll tell you right now, number 24, I believe that's McFadden. I'm sorry, no, not McFadden. That was number 24, Isaac. He was back deep, but again, he was just more so to contain in case it was a fake punt.
I got you. Well, 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Coach has got the offense on the sideline. I think number 77 running out there is a big boy for Hallandale. That's well, he's not on the roster.
I'm looking at Ronald Neely, Coach, and yeah, I mean,
it's a big
nice
boy.
nice size kid. He looked like he can probably take up the left side by himself. I think he's good.
Well, they're going to switch around. They may have too much time if they don't get the snap off. Huntley in the backfield. He's in a under center. He hands off to the middle. It breaks it to the middle. They found themselves a seam. Look at that. 20 yards. Number 29, McGowan.
You have to give an assist to the referee, Coach. He had an assist on that tackle, Coach. If it wasn't for the referee, and of course, as we know, he's part of the field. Number 29 could still be running. So you got to give an assist to the referee there.
And he ran that ball right up behind number 77.
Yeah.
It's under center again. The give is once again met hard at number 42. 42 is Michael D.
That is a young man that is committed to go to Notre Dame University, Coach. And you're talking about a very, very sound tackler. You're talking about someone who has no fear. He will hit you and have no problem doing it. And again, Sun Sentinel top 25. He's a great athlete.
Must be a good student, too, to get in Notre Dame.
There's no athletic scholarships at Notre Dame. We found that out.
Yep. 2nd down and about 6. Quarterback fakes to the center. He's going to throw a little swing out here. Wow. Met by a host of white jerseys. He may have got a yard, but he paid for it. Number 41. Number 42 again. Number 31. Number 85.
Deeb is one of those kids that, I mean, he reminds me of like a Brian Urlacher. He is all over the field. You would never just see him playing middle linebacker. He'll blitz off the edge. He'll come. From time to time, he'll even play some strong safety. So you got to be careful. Got to be careful with that young man.
3rd and 5. This is a big 3rd down for Huntley. They need this 1st down. Oh, my goodness. Bad snap. It rolls back. And he may pick up heads up play. Floyd picks up, number 3, I'm sorry, correction, roll. Wow. That snap, Damien must have hit the center's leg or something because it rolled back. It's 4th down and 1 now. That was a very, very important play for them. What are they going to do right here? 50-yard line.
That is actually a great heads up play for number 3. I mean, he saw the ball on the ground. He didn't panic. He picked the ball up and ran. That's what you want your athlete to do.
Here we go. 4th and 1, biggest play of the night. Hallandale, I formation, gives to the fullback. I don't know if he's going to get it. We'll see where the mark is. The referee's running in the field.
It's going to be close, Coach. It's going to be very close. They may just give it to him. Based upon the spot, they may just give it to him.
Right in front of us, it looks like, yes, they give it to him. Okay. Third down, the ball rolls back. They got a heads-up tailback that picks it up and picks up 3 yards. 4th and 1. A big 4th and 1 for Hallandale. They keep the ball on the offensive side of the ball, second quarter, because they're still down 14 points. They need to get some points on the board. Huntley under center. Handoffs to tailback, number 3. Soft tackle. Nice run. Nice run with the roll.
One thing that he wants to make sure, though, he wants to make sure he gets 2 hands on that ball, because I'm telling you right now, it looked like you had a little bit of some movement with that ball. They have to go to a 2-hand security blanket there. I mean, you don't want to fumble, not when your team is actually having this much momentum.
We got 6:28 remaining in the second quarter. Hallandale has the ball, second down with about 2 long 2, short 3. Huntley under center. Strong backfield, give off to the right tackle. Number 3, Rowe gets the first down. This would be nice. They sustain a drive and score with 6 minutes and run that clock out, let the defense take a little rest and go to the locker room 14-7.
Absolutely, Coach. One thing that you want to also pay attention to is that number 5 McKenzie kid from American Heritage. He was in on that tackle. He is all over the field. I mean, he's playing offense, defense, special teams. I mean, he is doing an incredible job. So, you know, I wouldn't be surprised to see a blitz coming from him. Coming right now.
Give to the fullback on a trap. Maybe 1 or 2. Nose tackle was not fooled at all.
Not at all, Coach. And again, you saw that number 5 McKenzie on that blitz, and that was a good stand by the defensive line. And wow, number 71 is a big kid too.
Number 73, Palmer Harper, in on that tackle. He's nose tackling. You're right. McKenzie was in on it as well. Second down and 9 yards.
Wouldn't be surprised if they don't air it out right now, Coach. I mean, they're going to try something. They have to try something downfield.
Oh, almost over his head. Huntley throws it to the out. Number 5, Roll. Gets that first down. Floyd, correction. Good enough for a first down. Just went out about 6 yards, turned around. Huntley threw it to him on the line. Young man has a strong arm. They're going to pause for a water break. As they take a pause, we'll take a break as well. This is high school sports you're watching from the NCRA Sports Network.
Come on down to Bruce Room. Great taste is just the beginning. First thing that you'll notice, this is your kind of place. When you sit back and relax, you're gonna love the taste. Good times don't go to waste. You found the right place. Come on down to Bruce Room. Great taste is just the beginning.
There are over 1,800 colleges and universities in the nation. There are over 10 million high school student athletes that graduate each year.
And we're back to live action. Hallandale has the football. 1st and 10. They just picked up a first down. Huntley's under center. Gives it a tailback. Right up off tackle. Wow, another first down. I like the way that young man runs. Number 29, McGowan. Josh McGowan, I really like the way he runs. He hits that ball. He hits the hole really hard.
And, Coach, you're talking about a sophomore who's they're weighing him at 6 foot 185, and I'm telling you right now, he's playing every bit of 200 pounds. This kid is hitting the hole with no problem.
First down from the 15. They hand it to him again. Same play. This time they were ready for it. May have gotten a yard.
You keep running it until they stop it, Coach. And once they stop it, you go to. And I wouldn't be surprised if they don't try to go to the opposite side. But they one thing I'm noticing that they actually running away from number 99. Smart move.
It is a smart move. You don't want to run into an oak tree. You can only do that every so many times before you can't see straight. Going too wide right. Keep McGowan in the backfield. Man in motion. Huntley is set back. The give. He hits number 41 hard. He isn't going down. But boy, he take a good shot. For number 41, Carter. Maybe picked up a few yards. 3rd down and 7. Damon, they really need to put some points up here, and I'm not talking 3.
You're absolutely right, Coach. I mean, right now they're in the red zone, and you want to make sure that every time you're in the red zone, you want 6. 3 is good, but 6 is better, and they can't afford to just have 3 points right now. Not to get the ball back to American Heritage. That's something that you don't want to do. You want to come around with 6.
Huntley back there directing him around. He's back to throw. He's looking to his left. Throw is good. But I don't think it's enough for the 1st down.
I think you're right, Coach.
Number 2, Gordon.
They have to go for it.
Only picked up 3 on that play. 4th down and 2.
Well,
They are going for it.
This is when your coach has actually the gall. They actually have some form of trust in you, and making sure that, hey, I believe in you. Give us the few little yards.
He's going to bring that young quarterback over to the sideline and talk to Huntley a little bit, because this is an important one for them. With a few minutes left in the 2nd quarter, it sure would help the momentum change to go into their own locker room at home and put 7 points on the board and make this a 7-point ball game and take some of the fire out of Heritage. So as they do that, ladies and gentlemen, you're watching high school sports tonight down from Hallandale, Florida. Beautiful tonight. Humidity about 80%, 80 degrees out. It's fall weather in South Florida. You're watching high school sports from the NCRA Sports Network.
There are over 1,800 colleges and universities in the nation. There are over 10 million high school student athletes that graduate each year. Only 0.08% of these student athletes that graduate receive full scholarships.
Once again, back to live action. We've got a 4th down and 2. Crucial 4th down, Damian.
That it is. I'm looking for the fullback to get this ball.
Trying to draw him off sides. Timeout again. They're trying to draw him offside. That's a well-disciplined team. They're not going to get away with that with American Heritage. Especially when they call a timeout and come in. It's one thing to jump up on the ball, 4th down, but it's another thing to be telling a timeout and then come over and talk about it and give them time to think about it as well.
Not to mention that you know that Coach Dallenbach told him that watch the ball, freeze, don't do anything, as well as the Hollandale coach as well. So you have to make sure that your team does exactly what you coach them in practice.
Folks, this is the NCRA Sports Network. You can watch all these live broadcasts and as well as the broadcast archives by going to www.ncrasportsnetwork.com and click on the broadcast archives. All of these games are live on a Friday night. We also have games in Knoxville, Tennessee. If you hit the broadcast archives, by the time these kids get home from the game, they can see their game rerun all over again. Well, they're going for 3, better than nothing. Got number 17, Guzman. See if he can put some points on the board. Kick is up, almost blocked. And the kick is good. So, the Hallandale Chargers put 3 points on the board. It is 14 Patriots, the Hallandale Chargers 3. This is High School Sports, brought to you by NCRA Sports Network. We'll be right back.
Come on down to Bruce Room. Great taste is just the beginning. First thing that you'll notice, this is your kind of place. When you sit back and relax, you're gonna love the taste. Good times don't go to waste. You found the right place. Come on down to Bruce Room. Great taste is just the beginning.
And we're back to live action. 2 minutes, 9 seconds left in the second quarter. Damian, they definitely want to hold him these 2 minutes, maybe get a turnover.
One thing they don't want to do is kick it to number 5. I'm telling you right now, if he gets the ball, it's going to be lights out. It's going to be some problems. So kick away from him. Just don't kick it out of bounds.
Got SONY back there too. Kick is high. It's going to be returnable. Ooh, run up the middle. Somebody better put his hands on him, number 24.
He needs to protect that ball better, though, Coach. He needs to. The ball was frailing around like a loaf of bread. Got to do a better job. But that was a great return. Great return.
That was Tavarius McFadden. Gives him great field position. Bring it out to about the 37-yard line. It'll be first down. The Patriots take the ball with 2 minutes, just over 2 minutes left in the second quarter, with the score 14-3. They're on top. Coswell's back. Single back in the backfield.
Doubles on each side.
The draw, number 7. He may take it. One safety back there to clean up.
Beautiful draw play, Coach. That was absolutely beautifully designed. That's using the other team's momentum against them, and they're going into a hurry-up offense right now.
That was Walter Lee. He picked up about 25 yards. There's that throw, that little out. SONY makes a move back to the inside. He picks up another first down, picked up about 13 yards. Hit John Battle back there at the free safety position that saved that touchdown.
They cannot let this young man out athleticize them the way that they are right now. I mean, you're talking about people that are 7, almost 10 yards back away from any of the receivers. Yes, you need to have respect. It's another thing to just be scared, though, and it looks like it's a small bit of a scare tactic going on.
Come on, Joe, what you doing?
They're putting SONY out here to the right in the slot. Coswell's back. He's looking to SONY. Throw the ball to him, might as well. He put his hand down. He almost slipped. He cuts to the outside. He's one man left. Wow. SONY puts his head down. Number 21 put a lid on him, Jackson. But I think SONY got the better part of it. Picks up another first down.
Absolutely. Especially, you better come with your lunch pail. You better come with your lunch pail when tackling Mr. SONY MICHEL. It's going to be a problem.
15 yards line. He's looking left. He's looking for SONY again. SONY puts his hand up. Boy, I'll tell you what. That, Damian, he about tipped that ball up. And if that corner had been awake and had a little oxygen, he could have taken it to the house. That was a lazy play.
Yeah, SONY MICHEL took that play off. If you're tired, tap on that helmet, get out of there. You don't want to put your team in a bad position. And right now, they're actually going forward in very, very good momentum right now. You definitely don't want that to happen.
That could have been a big one. He tapped it up in the air for a corner to come up on a tip drill, but they're back on their heels. They need to wake up here. That's a draw play again, number 7. They're ready for it this time. Host of Chargers bringing him down.
He's brought down by a host of Chargers.
Be third down. American Heritage is taking a timeout. It's third down and about 11 to go, and we've got about a minute left in the second quarter. And as they take a timeout, so will we. This is High School Sports brought to you by the NCRA Sports Network. We're back to live action. American Heritage has the ball, third down and about 11, but that doesn't really matter. They're at about the 16-yard line with a minute left in the game. If they could put another score on, they're already up 14-3. Cogswell is back. He's looking to his left. He throws it to the corner. Good defensive play. Cogswell threw it out of the back of the end zone, but that was a great play. Defensive back there. Ran him right out of the back of the end zone. Bring fourth down and 11. Let's see what they're going to do. Who's that? 23 Bourne over there.
And the Patriots
defending that.
go for the field goal.
They're going to go for the field goal.
For the
Smart
field goal,
move, Coach.
kick
Very
number
smart.
23, Scott Wade. Somebody block.
About a 33-yarder. There's a snap. Kick is up. Strong foot. And the kick is good. American Heritage
14-point ball game.
17. Hallandale 3.
And the first half.
This is High School Sports, brought to you by the NCRA Sports Network. Stay tuned. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
You're watching the NCRA Sports Network, the #1 sports network in the nation, covering high school sports. NCRA Sports Network.
We're back to live action. American Heritage is going to kick the ball off. Less than a minute left in the first half. A little squib kick over to the left corner. Didn't want to have anything to do with it. Touchback. Ball will be brought out to the 20-yard line. Still have 52 seconds. As long as they don't make a mistake.
It's definitely right now all about playing smart ball right now, Coach. I mean, if you want to try to take a couple of shots downfield, I would. But at the same token, wouldn't do anything lavish and definitely hold on to the ball.
Well, we got 52 seconds left. We've got a halftime set up for you with a special young man out of Knoxville, Tennessee. Our broadcast network up there and Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation out of Austin East High School. It's Dennis Troutman III. His father, who played at Austin East, was a legend there and played for the University of Tennessee, passed away this summer. And we'll let you hear Dennis's story. It's an After the Whistle segment that they picked up for us this last week. Stay tuned this halftime and don't miss it. That's a deep ball. There's a penalty. My goodness. Huntley throws the ball 40 yards in the air. Number 2, Gordon, almost makes a great play. Wow, Damian, that young man has an arm.
He does have an arm, Coach, and you know what? That though is a pass interference, is a smart pass interference because he catches that, he's gone. So you know what? That was actually a very smart play by number 6. So I would not, I wouldn't be mad at him when he goes back to the sideline.
I was watching that myself as I was talking, and I saw the ball, I saw the throw. They're right in front of us, and it would have been a touchdown, but boy, penalty flags.
And I think a lot of people tend to forget we don't do spot fouls on the high school level. So this is not the NFL. We don't do spot fouls. You see a lot of upset people in the crowd, and this is high school. Give them a couple more years, and hopefully if they make it to the NFL, then they'll most likely feel what a spot foul actually feels like. But right now, you get the 15 yards, and I'll go downfield again. Why not? Then like they're going into a cover 2 right now, man under.
Man in motion. Huntley's back. He's waiting for his receiver to turn out.
Wow.
Catches a great ball.
Beautiful catch by that same number 2.
Number 2, Gordon Houston, wide receiver. 6 foot, 170 pound. That's a senior. He's got a pair of hands on him. Did he get out of bounds?
He did get out of bounds.
Second down and short, but still, it's long ways. We need to get to the goal line. They want to put some points on the board, and they're only under 30 seconds. They're coming. They're bringing everybody. And Huntley get outside the pocket. Good arm.
Wow.
Roll to the right.
And
hit him late.
Deeble laid number 10 out, Coach. I mean, you're looking at, you pay the price for staying in the box, for trying to make a play, but you got to live to play the next play. And right now, it's not a smart hit to take.
That was a big hit by the young man, but I'll tell you what, I'm impressed when he rolled to the right. He threw a nice tight spiral. He kicked his right leg up, so not a lot of young quarterbacks or any quarterback know how to roll to the right and throw the ball with a tight spiral. They can throw better running to the left, but when you see him kick his right leg up, he's been trained by somebody.
Absolutely, Coach. Good eye.
It's third down and short. Huntley's back again. Only a few seconds left. Man in motion. He's back to throw again. Going to throw that screen. Slipped on the field. He's got blockers in front of him. But I'll tell you what, number 7 comes up behind Walter Lee. Obviously, Walter playing both ways. Comes up behind him. There's a man down.
Yeah, it was a big hit by Mr. Tucker. I'll tell you right now, I mean, he came out of nowhere and just put a hit. And it looks like the running back ran into his lineman, and I was actually surprised they didn't have a legal man downfield. You had number 55 downfield way before anybody even looked around. So they were definitely lucky on that play, but they're gonna have to be very, very careful. This is when people start to get injured during this time right now.
Was that the receiver that caught the ball?
It was number 3, the running back, Coach. You're looking at, I believe
Roll.
that's Roll. Again, you know, he's a spark plug. He does things all over the field.
Yeah, and you don't want to get him hit and hurt just before halftime. He may just have his wind blown out. I don't see him working on anything.
Actually, I think that might be the lineman that's on the field right now. I don't see number 3 on this. Looking on the sideline, I don't see a number 3. So that, I think you're right. That might just be the running back. If it was, he took a nice hit.
Yeah, it looks like working on his left leg, down by his ankle. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be halftime. We'll be doing our special interest story in Knoxville, Tennessee, and we hope this young man gets up and he's okay. Dennis Troutman III. We've got a 3-4 minute segment from him that was shot this week by one of our correspondents in Knoxville, Tennessee, Ms. Ingrid G. And it's one that'll touch your heart. You don't want to go away. And then after that, we'll be covering some of the highlights from our Wednesday night program, our high school sports review. My son Glenn Stout is the host, and he had Boyd Anderson Cobras in there with Coach Wayne Blair. And they looked at the highlights. We have a highlight reel from that game, last week's game. Boyd Anderson put 56 points on the board, and it was a sloppy game, but you're going to see some South Florida talent, some Division I athletes running around, and we're going to bring you those highlights. And then, of course, we always like to bring you the bands. You get to see the high school bands. They put in a lot of work, and they deserve to be seen, and we're going to show them. So back to live action. It's first down. The young man got carried off the field, so we hope he's going to be okay at halftime. A few seconds left on the clock. Huntley takes the ball. He's rolling to his left. He's going to throw across his body. The catch is made. He's out of bounds. Looks like he picked up about 6 yards.
I love the tenacity and the poise that this young man is showing. He's in trouble. He's running to his left. He's running to his right. He's looking downfield. Pass first, run second type quarterback. Absolutely well coached young man.
Smart to get him out of that pocket too. He's got very, very good fundamentals on his roll. I'm really impressed. He seems like he's very comfortable rolling and throwing the ball more so than stepping back in the pocket.
Absolutely.
8 seconds remaining. Second down and 3 on their own 38. Heritage 38. He's going deep this time down the middle. It's a pickoff. There's nobody there. Number 5, Isaiah McKenzie. And, Coach, like you said, he is dangerous.
I think he's done.
You don't want to let him take this. Thank goodness that number 3, Trayvon Roll was there, because Isaiah was looking for that end zone.
He was. And, Coach, to be honest with you, that receiver ran a very lazy route. Gave nothing for the quarterback. I can't put that one on the quarterback. That is definitely a receiver running a bad route.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're at halftime in Hallandale, Florida, with the American Heritage Patriots up by 14 with a score of 17. The Hallandale Chargers 3. We're going to take a short break, and when we come out of the break, we're going to do that special interest story that will touch your heart, so stay tuned. Mr. Dennis Troutman III, senior at Austin East High School in Knoxville, Tennessee. This is High School Sports brought to you by the NCRA Sports Network.
Come on down to Brews Room. Great taste is just the beginning. First thing that you'll notice, this is your relax. You're gonna love the taste. Good times don't go to waste. You found the right place. Come on down to Brews Room. Great taste is just the beginning.
My name is Dennis Troutman from Austin East High School. I'm a senior, and I am honored to be here with Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation to share my story about playing football, wrestling, and baseball. I started playing football 3 years old with the Baby Road Runner organization, and I came from a long line of football players and basketball players. And I pretty much fell right into it, and it stuck with me forever. And it's pretty much a part of my life now. There's a little bit of uncomfortability because many people don't know, but my dad passed away this past summer, and it's really the first time without him being right there supporting me on the sideline. I know he's there spiritually, but physically I don't hear him yelling from the sideline and giving me the help that I need. And the coach is really there supporting me now, and they're doing a really good job, but it's still a big struggle without having your dad there on the sideline with you. But my dad's #1 lesson to me was never give up with anything you do. And once you start something, you never quit, ever. My dad made this journal he started about his junior year in high school, and it just has all the newspaper clippings and things because he was all state and all district and all region and all of this. And he was a great football player here at Austin East. And so I just look back, and my dad always taught me to never be like him, but be better than him. And that's what I try and do. So I really just look at it, go through it, and see what I can improve on, see what I can do better than him. Because when he was here, we always really challenged each other to do better. And I think that's what really moves me on game day when I look at his scrapbook. If you ever feel down or anything, I mean, just think about the positive things in life and where things could have been way worse than what they are. And just try and keep your head up as much as you can. And always give yourself positive feedback. All the negative, I mean, you can learn from it, learn from your mistakes, but still always bounce back with positive. As I said, learn from them and don't repeat your mistakes. And remember, change one life and you can change a generation.
There are over 1,800 colleges and universities in the nation. There are over 10 million high school student athletes that graduate each year. Only 0.08% of these student athletes that graduate receive full scholarships.
Here, we got your back.
And you can go back and get your college degree and come back and help us, man.
It all started with a dream. Now it's up to us to keep it alive.
Come first, you never know what the future holds.
Gave me a better opportunity to make it in life. Live your dreams.
How far are you willing to go?
Well, folks, we're back live here at Hallandale High School, and if you weren't touched by that story of that young man, Knoxville, Tennessee, nothing will touch you. Dennis Troutman III, he is our Student Athlete of the Week, and what a story he has, and we support these student athletes 100%. Austin East is a inner city school in the Knoxville area. We're very busy in that area trying to support these young student athletes, teaching them how to play the game, all of our academic mentoring programs through the Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation. And we always look for support, local sponsorship. Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation is a foundation that goes back to 2001. It was founded by Ben Hanks and Patrick Lowe. Ben Hanks coached down at Booker T, Washington, and with the Parks Division, and Pat Lowe is with assistant principal at Piper High School, went to Dillard High School, played for the Florida Gator 1996 national champions. We've got a host of young men all around this country that have been affected by Keeping Dreams Alive. We've got Eric Hickson that came out of Dillard High School and set every record around with K-State. He's up in Indiana supporting those kids up there with a school and a program. We have tons of other young mentoring student athletes that are been with our program since 2003, 2004. Of course, my son Ryan Stout, who's at school now, mentoring kids in school. My son Glenn Stout, who hosts the program on Wednesday nights. If you don't know about it, it's a Wednesday night program that airs at 9 o'clock. It's the High School Sports Review. And we bring in the schools the highlighted game of the week. This game will be our highlighted game of the week that will be presented this next Wednesday. And we represent the kids here at Hallandale High School. We have several of them around the country that are getting an education. And we don't just keep them for 2, 3, 4 years. The KDA family, once you lock in, you're locked in for life. We believe that, just like Dennis Troutman said, if we can change one life, we can change a generation. And we firmly believe that. And one of the greatest things about our program is everyone that comes in is a volunteer. No one is paid on staff. And every young student athlete, male or female, comes through absolutely free. And this isn't just about football. This is all sports and female sports. You'll see us roll into basketball, and we'll roll into track, we'll roll into volleyball, girls softball. We are going to be the one and only sports network in the country broadcasting high school sports and also high school events. Like you can see the band out in front of me now. What I want to bring to you now is some highlights from the Boyd Anderson High School game last week that they played at the Sportsplex in Coral Springs. And as you're watching them, I'll be giving you commentary, and you'll see some exciting plays, some exciting players. A bunch of these players, if they keep their grades up, you'll probably see them on Saturday. Boyd Anderson is one of the schools that we mentor, and a bunch of these young men that'll be running these balls back are the young men we're mentoring. So let us bring you to those Boyd Anderson highlights, and stay with us as we bring you through the rest of this program. Boyd Anderson englades Mazza back to throw. He throws it over the middle. About the second play of the game, they caught him in cover 2. Actually, Coach Blair said it was broken coverage for a touchdown, and it was a big play for them. Hankerson hands off to his slot, number 18. Here's a speedster. Got great moves. Goes for about 65, 70 yards on a reverse for a touchdown. Mazza back to throw again for Coral Glades. He sees his receiver over the middle. Watch this tight end pull a host of the Boyd Anderson players for another 10 yards. I'll tell you what. And Coach Damien, if you want to jump in anytime, this is Damien's old team. Mazza gives to tight end on an end around, gives them a little bit of their own medicine. He catches the corner, surprisingly for BA, and takes it in for the score. Now at this point, it was a 17-14 ball game in the first quarter.
Yeah, and that was actually Malik Bynum, number 10. Great athlete, junior in high school.
Boyd Anderson with, again, quick slip screen for about 50 yards. And now Hankerson, this is when he's dangerous. When he gets out of that pocket and throws that ball, you better watch out. There's no defensive back in the country that can cover a receiver for 8 seconds, 10 seconds. Hankerson throws it again, a little quick out for a touchdown. Now they start rolling it up. Hankerson back again, very dangerous, rolling out of the pocket, doesn't go down, sees his man, throws it. Whoop. Another touchdown.
Yeah, you're just looking at right now Boyd Anderson just running a clinic on Coral Glades. I mean, they tried their best, to contain him, but it's a lot of athletes in Lauderdale Lakes. And Boyd Anderson, along with Coach Blair, are doing a great job of making sure that these young men are being effective.
Here's a punt return for a touchdown. They had a couple of them. And I'll tell you what, you watch this young man. He was on the show Wednesday night. There's nobody catching him.
No.
They'll have a good time at the next level. Now, Coral Glades, I don't know, Coach. You were there when they did this pooch stuff. And I don't know if you want to pooch it against a track team, because this is what's getting ready to happen.
Not at all, Coach. I mean, this is something that, first of all, you definitely don't want to give, like you said, this looks like to be the Olympic 4x1 team that's going on right now, and you don't want to give them a short field. You definitely don't ever want to continue to give them a short field. And
here they go again.
They got a bunch of scat backs. This right now is looking. I mean, he even dropped the ball, picked it up. Walked the dog, washed the car. I mean, he did everything possible in that play.
Hankerson back again. This is only interception of the night. They were up by 30-something points. That's, who was that, Coach, number 5?
Number 5 is Romaine Richardson. I mean, you're talking about a speedster. I mean, he's another young man that can really tear up a field if you give him room.
Here's the defense swarming them. Big boys up there. Big boys.
Did a lot of misdirection. The misdirection, if you're not disciplined, it's going to eat you up, much like this play did right here. Pitch, catch, run.
Yeah, they ran up 56 points, 34 unanswered in the second half. It's another defensive play. They were just all over them.
Yeah, and Mazza, I mean, kudos to him. He tried his best. He's a very tough kid. I believe he'll do well on the next level. But he's going to have to do a bit better job in some time to get rid of that ball.
Well, we'll bring it back to the field. And what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen, is we're going to let you watch. Looks like it's, is this Hallandale or American Heritage? I was watching the screen.
This is Hallandale, Coach.
Hallandale's band, and we will turn the speakers up. Maybe you can hear them. In the meantime, we're going to take a break in the action, but don't go away. Watching the Hallandale High School Marching Band. You're watching high school sports. This is the NCRA Sports Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, Hallandale High School would like to thank Davin Joseph and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Davin is the founder of the Davin Joseph Events for a Cause Foundation, a community-based nonprofit organization designed to uplift athletic programs and artistic organizations across the state of Florida. Hallandale High School would like to inform you that the Davin Joseph Foundation is a proud supporter of Hallandale High School. Ladies and gentlemen, Davin Joseph is a Hallandale High School 2002 alumni and first-round draft pick of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So the next time that you're watching the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, be sure to look out for number 75 on the offensive line, Davin Joseph.
Folks, we're back live now. Sorry about that. Forgot to turn down the outside. We're trying to get the band for you. And we got the band for you, but I got to give you some feedback. What I want to let you know is easy to contact us. If you want to get in touch with us and you want to feature your school or you need some assistance with Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation, you can contact us at g4@ncrasports.com, or you can contact me at Glenn at ncrasportsnetwork.com. And we are back to live action, Damien. We've got a uphill battle here, but it looks like it can turn into a game. They get the ball first on a little squib kick.
Yeah, they're letting the ball just run by itself. They don't want it.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Don't set the stage that way. Opportunity.
Yeah, they actually had an opportunity for a short field, Coach, and they didn't capitalize on it. It's something that I know that's something that's going to make the coaches mad, but, you know, they're going to have to go on a long field right now from the 20-yard line, and they had an opportunity to possibly get to the 30 or even the 40-yard line. It's very unfortunate right now.
That's right. He squibbed it, and it was bouncing at the 40. And they should have each had a camera to take a picture as it went by.
Coach, that I don't understand. I mean, again, as a former receiver and kick returner, the ball's on the ground, you pick it up.
Pick it up and go. First down. Only gives it off to the left side.
McKenzie is all over the field. I'm telling you right now. If they're not careful, he's gonna do something else big outside of just receiving the ball and returning the ball. He may cause a fumble. He was there just as fast as the running back actually got the ball to run.
No gain on the play. It's 2nd and 10. Huntley comes back from the sideline. Coach Damian Jones, head coach, Hallandale Chargers.
From his name alone, he has to be an excellent coach. With the first name Damon, he has to be absolutely great.
Huntley back to throw. He's looking over the middle. He's running it with it on a scramble, trying to get his receivers to move around. He does. I love the composure of that young man.
That was all Huntley. I mean, I was actually expecting for him to run, and he kept his eyes downfield and connected with his receiver. That's great coaching. That's great poise. And that is a great young man. This young man has a great future ahead of him.
He sure does. I'll tell you, 15 years old, playing in this league with that kind of composure, 14-yard gain. And you're absolutely correct, Damien. He kept his eyes down the field. He is fearless.
It reminds me of another number 10 that actually is playing on Sundays right now, Mr. RG3, Robert Griffin III. And
ooh. Give number 29, McGowan, and our Notre Dame commit, number 42, Michael Deeb.
And he came hard. I mean, you would actually be looking for a license plate number the way that he hit this kid. It was absolutely amazing.
It was. I like how the white jerseys get to the ball.
Absolutely.
Well-coached team.
Well, absolutely. And one thing that we can't overlook, Coach, is Hallandale wearing the pink and breast cancer awareness week is a beautiful thing to see. So many people, just supporting that cause. Absolutely awesome.
Yes, it is. Quick throw to the left-hand side. Picks up about 6 yards, but it was a nice throw. Gordon. Huntley to Gordon. Nice plant through the ball. Picked up about 7. 2nd and 3. Well, they flipped it 3rd and 2. Pick it up about 8.
And one thing Hollandale is showing is that they actually can move the ball, Coach. And if they keep this momentum, I see them actually scoring 6 very soon. But you can't do it. 3 points can't make it. I mean, can't make it. You need to score. And number 2 right now, Gordon is doing a phenomenal job.
Huntley got the I formation, gives to the fullback on a trap. He close to the first down. Side ref running in. Doesn't look like he's got it. It's going to be 4th down and about 6 inches.
And I'm telling you right now, Coach, if number 6, that fullback, Mr. Lorenzo, I believe that's Lorenzo Wilson, if he actually keeps his head up and actually look where he's going, there was a small hole to the left side, and all he did was just need to shift his body to get there. And it looks like Hollandale's going for it, and I would as well. Why not?
Yep, they need to. And they do have I formations give to the fullback. 196 pounds. I don't know if he got it.
Coach, I'm going to say he did not. That was a play that I think I would have gone with a quarterback sneak. It takes too much time, and you've allowed a big number, 99, 41, Deeble, number 42, the Notre Dame commit. They were in there like blockbusters. I mean,
they're going to measure this. It's going to be very close. Got a good spot.
It was a good spot. I'm going to say that I'm going to say it's going to be American Heritage Ball. I don't think they pushed enough.
I think that you may be right. They may have missed it by a couple inches. Gutsy play, but they've got to get something going. Man on man, who wanted it more? Nope, they don't get it. They're short by about 6 inches.
Yeah, Coach. I mean, I think everybody in the stadium knew who that ball was going to. I would have gone with the quarterback sneak on that one, Coach, with a silent count and just have him pick a hole and run behind that big number 77. I mean, he's well over 300 pounds easy.
Well, this may have been the time that you do that a fake snap.
Absolutely.
You know, and you got them, everybody juiced up. Don't call a timeout at least. You might get them to jump. If you don't, you go on a long count, hard count. You give it to the quarterback and let him find a crease.
Couldn't agree with you more, Coach. Couldn't agree with you more.
Okay, Heritage has the ball. Timeout on the field. They've got a problem with the chain gang. There we go. Had the chain wrapped around his leg.
Yeah, hopefully we're not going to need a replacement chain gang. Just got rid of the replacement refs.
Hodgeville back. Sony single back there with him. 2 wide. Long cadence. Gives to Sony up the middle. Little zone read. He breaks a tackle. He gets to the edge. He breaks another tackle. Wow. I think every one of the Hallandale, well, maybe 6 or 7 of them got a hat on him. He still picked up about 6 yards. Strong young man.
That's the difference between arm tackling and actually hit, wrap, and bring down. They're not, they're just doing a bunch of arm tackling, and arm tackling does not work for Mr. SONY MICHEL. He's too strong of an athlete to do that.
Lining up with a trips right. Single receiver to the left side. Sony in the backfield. Cogswell's back. Snap the ball. He looks left to the quick slant. Cogswell throws it right into the ground. Has his man open. Would have been a big gainer. Hallandale got lucky with that one because there was a lot of green in front of him.
Absolutely.
Simple little slant. Sony's single back, 3rd down, 5 yards.
It looks for the ref. It looks like the quarterback is changing the play.
Hard count. Gives to Sony to throw off the right tackle. He is making the out. Great tackle.
That was beautiful.
Great tackle by number 5, Floyd. Way to come up because Sony was looking to get that corner, that edge, and he was heading down the sideline.
And to be honest, Coach, again, not that I would ever question Mr. SONY MICHEL's vision, but that one, if he would have stayed where he was and not try to bounce it out so much, it gave that DB enough time to come up for that tackle. He would have got that extra inch that we're seeing right now that he needs. And I'm looking for I think number 7. This is maybe going to Tucker. Yeah,
right up the middle. Tucker gets the call. Gets 3 yards, more than enough.
It's what we call those garbage yards. You got to love them. Those are so lovely.
Number 65 comes up limping. He's back down. Looks like it's his left ankle. That's Nathan Kirchmere down on the play.
I think he rolled his ankle. Somebody landed on him either or. It's very unfortunate. You don't want to see any athlete injured or hurt by any means, and let's just hope that he's okay.
That's true. Well, as they take a break on the field, folks, this is high school football brought to you by the NCRA Sports Network. We'll take a break and be right back with you. Stay tuned.
Come on down to Brews Room. Great taste is just the beginning. First thing that you'll notice, this is your kind of place. When you sit back and relax, you're gonna love the taste. Good times don't go to waste. You found the right place. Come on down to Brews Room. Great taste is just the beginning.
You're watching the NCRA Sports Network, the #1 sports network in the nation, covering high school sports. NCRA Sports Network.
And we're back to live action. Number 65 seems like he is walking off the field on his own weight, which is a good sign. It brings up first down and 10. Clock is running. Cogswell's under center. Don't see him under center much. High formation. Got the slot in a 4-point stance, so I can imagine which way they're going. SONY with the ball off tackle.
Coach, I don't know if you recognize that. Again, Notre Dame commit number 42, Deeb, is on the field playing blocking H-back. I mean, that's absolutely outstanding. He's all over the field as well.
Oh, he was the one in a 4-point stance that they followed.
Absolutely.
Well, you know where they're going. Look, he's in a 4-point stance again. You got to know he's coming this way. SONY right behind him again.
Yeah.
Takes it down to the 5-yard line. My goodness. They put him in an H-back. Michael Deeb, 4-point stance in the slot. I think we're coming this way. Still have him in the game.
I wouldn't change it, Coach. They can't stop it, so why change it?
They don't honor it. Keep going. Deeb's doing a little dancing now with the band. Got his hands on his hips, but he got a little juice. From that band got him fired up. Which way you think they're going?
I'm going... Going 42.
Right back to Deeb. Touchdown. SONY. MICHEL. Now let me tell you, a lot of that was that interior line, but that young man that you spoke about, Michael Deeb.
Great athlete, Coach. I mean, again, that's actually just saying, Coach, put me in. I'll do whatever you need me to do. Block. Those are the type of athletes you want on your team, Coach. You know, they're very selfless, and they just want to win. And you know, Notre Dame Fighting Irish have an absolutely awesome young man coming to them.
Well, third quarter makes the kick. It'll bring it to 24-3, and it looks like that kick was blocked. Penalty flag.
No good. Flags on the field.
See what the call is. Yeah, Mr. Deeb is quite an athlete. I'll tell you. I'm looking at their sidelines, Damian, and I see they're not short on athletes. So you get a player like that, you got playing both sides of the ball. I wonder if they put him on special teams too.
I believe he is on punt coverage, Coach. I mean, you know, again, that's having trust that he's an athlete and also that he's a sure tackler. He's going to make connections. So
penalties declined. I guess it must have been against Heritage. Personal foul against Heritage. I guess it was not after the play, so they won't walk it off on the kickoff. So, what do you do? 24-3, third quarter, freshman quarterback. What do you do now, Coach?
Well, Coach, one thing that you want to make sure that you do is, first of all, keep the morale of your team up. You want to make sure that that the sideline is live. It's tough to be down. It's even worse to be down and unmotivated. So you want to make sure that your kids are motivated. You want to make sure that these young men have something to fight for. The bad thing is they're down 23-3. The good thing is they're actually 6 minutes into the third quarter. There's still a lot of football to be played, and almost anything can happen. So that's the type of league that we're running here in South Florida, and that's why to me, my personal opinion is that there's no other football life like Friday nights in Broward County.
They did
does
march
say
it
South
off.
Florida.
I'm sorry, but they did march it off. Now, someone to catch this ball, great field position, caught it at the 30-yard line. Number 2 brings it all the way back out to midfield. They said they declined to play, but I didn't think that would happen. They did march it off on the kickoff, brought them back to kickoff at the 25-yard line. Hallandale Chargers will have the ball at the 50-yard line, and here you go, Damien. You've got a perfect opportunity, but you've got a very young quarterback, although this young quarterback seems like he's a seasoned quarterback. It's hard to believe this young man was in middle school last year, 15 years old, 6th game of the season, with that kind of composure. Huntley.
Coach, and the one thing is, and as I observed him,
I don't see him out on the field now.
Actually, I think they got number 2 in, Coach. That's the receiver. That's the backup quarterback that I was referring to.
Gordon.
Another strong arm kid, very quick.
Can't take the snap.
Can't go anywhere without the ball, though.
Well,
and he's making something out of nothing.
Drop the ball. He's down the left sideline. Look at this. Look at this broken play. He cuts back to the right side of the field. He's down to the 15. Cuts back to the 10. Down to about the 12, 13-yard line. Can you believe it? He drops the snap, picks it up. The play is obviously to the right. He takes off to the left. I can see why they put him back there.
Coach, to be honest with you, I mean, so do I. And you're looking at, again, one thing about these Chargers here is that they don't panic when the ball is on the ground, and that gives a lot of respect toward the coaching and the mentality of these young men. And that's how you fight. You fight until the last whistle, until the time is double zeros.
You think this will give them enough juice? They can pop this thing in and make this a game?
I'm hoping so, but Coach, right now it looks like that same number 2 looks like he's pulled something. Looks to be in the groin area, or possibly a leg injury. And they definitely, I mean, right now he looks to be their hot hand, and you don't want him injured whatsoever.
They do have him on the ground. They are stretching those groin. They took a timeout. I know that they had Huntley going back in. There's no way they're going to have Gordon run to the sideline after that. He ran probably 60, 70 yards back and forth the sideline and come in and get the play and then run back on the field. So I think wisely Coach Jones called a timeout, although you don't want to use them all up, but what the heck. They're down 20 points. A couple touchdowns, they're back in the game. Young Huntley going back in. Let's see what they can do. Maybe they can make this a ball game.
Well, I'm telling you right now, I know they have, I believe, a number 12 on the team, Johnson Leonard, who stands at 6'3". I would go for a jump ball. Why not?
Looks like they're stacking the backfield. A power eye. They're going to try to muscle it in. Fake. Wide open. Oh, it's almost picked off. Number 7 almost picks it off. Young Huntley almost made a big mistake. You've got to put a little bit more on the ball. The man was open in the end zone, but he's got to put it out there in front of him.
And again, that's another one of those athletes that's on the American Heritage Patriot team, and that's I believe that's Mr. Walter Tucker, and he actually gets that pick. I think it's 6 the other way, Coach.
It was an easy 6. That would have just been demoralizing. That probably would have shut the door. Back in that power eye formation. Timeout. American Heritage. They don't want to look at it twice. Boy, they had the opportunity. They flooded the left side of the field. They faked the run to the right. He did a naked boot. Came around to the left side. He had 3 receivers out there. He just underthrew it. You're watching high school sports, ladies and gentlemen, from the NCRA Sports Network. They're going to take a quick timeout, and so are we. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
down to Brews Room. Great taste is just the beginning. First thing that you'll notice, this is your kind of place. When you sit back and relax, you're gonna love the taste. Good times don't go to waste. You found the right place. Come on down to Brews Room. Great taste is just the beginning.
Back to live action. Hallandale's ball, 2nd and goal from about the 7, 8, maybe the 9-yard line. They desperately need to get this one in the end zone. And looks like they need to snap the ball or it's going to be another 5 yards. It's going to be a timeout again.
Wow.
Timeout against Heritage. And what did I just see out there? I saw trips left. I see one defender, and he looks like number 31, defender Justin Chang, who's a linebacker, was the only defender out there covering 3 receivers, and they didn't snap the ball.
Again, Coach, that's where that youth kicks in. You're talking about Huntley, this freshman. He's showed a lot of poise. He's been showing a lot of athleticism. But again, you know, that rookie mentality kicks in every now and again, and that was one of those things you wanted to hurry up and, you know, 1-on-3. I like those odds. You could choose anybody that you want to choose to throw up to. So,
well, they absolutely were trying to get the message out here from the press box. You know, we're in Hallandale at Hallandale High School Stadium, but it just won't click for the young man out there. They know when they played football, you played football, I played football. You can't hear anything outside. You get in the zone.
Absolutely not.
Well, here we go. 2 timeouts in a row. Opportunities missed. They line up in a strong backfield again. Huntley under center. 2nd down and goal. It's the pitch. He's not going anywhere. As a matter of fact, he's losing 2 yards.
And again, McKenzie. I mean, this kid is just absolutely phenomenal. I mean, that's a talent. That is a talent, Coach. I mean, it doesn't seem like he's sucking wind. He's playing literally all 3 phases of the game right now, and he's playing all 3 phases at the highest level. Absolutely awesome.
The young man is a beast. There's no doubt about it. Team leader, team captain, and we're going to get another timeout from Hallandale. They may have used up all 3 of their timeouts with 3rd down and goal from the 10-yard line. As they take a timeout, we'll take a timeout too. This is High School Sports brought to you by the NCRA Sports Network. And we're back to live action. We've got a situation where the Chargers are down by 20. It is late in the 3rd quarter. 3rd down and goal. This is a must. They need points here, don't they, Damian?
Coach, if they don't score right now, I mean, they dwindled a lot of timeouts for nothing.
Gives. Oh, my goodness. He is just taken down, wide receiver, wide open across the middle, but big, number 99, and guess who?
Yes, Mr. D. It's and it looks like also the tight end number 22, Carmona, was also in on that play. I mean, they just unleashed the dogs and.
Jailbreak.
Yeah, unfortunate for Hollandale. I mean, they need to get something out of this right now.
Well, they're going to attempt a 25-yard field goal. Bring it down to 17 points if he can make it. He's got the leg.
I will watch out for McKenzie. He is a speedster.
Flags down, snaps up, kicks is up. Kick is looks like it's good. This young man has quite a leg. Timeout, though. We have a penalty on the field. Let's see what we have. It's going to be a farther or a shorter or a decline. We'll see. Counting players. Counting players. 1, 2. Yep, I count 12. I got 12, Coach.
Coach, you need all the help you can get.
Looks like it's going to be, well, it's Hallandale. Looks like it's going to be 5 yards, 30-yard attempt.
It's going to be a legal procedure on the
I'm sorry, 25 or 35. It's going to be a 40-yard attempt.
And one thing we find out, even on the professional level, those 5 yards do make a difference.
The young man has the leg. He's kicking this one from the 30. It'll be a 40-yard field goal. He put it through with plenty. Young man is probably a South Florida soccer player as well. Snap. Bad snap. Bad kick. Kick is blocked. Boy.
Yeah. The placeholder just couldn't get that ball down fast enough and messed up the timing of the field goal kicker. I mean, that was very unfortunate. I mean, Hallandale needed something out of that, and again, that penalty hurt them.
Yes, it did. Third quarter, the score is still 23-3. American Heritage. The young man made the first one, but on a bad bobble snap, he doesn't have the timing nor the leg to get it up in time, and it's blocked. American Heritage takes over the ball on their own 30-yard line, and they come loaded back up with number 7 in the backfield, Walter Lee. Cogswell back throw, throws that inside throw again. Didn't look like he had a handle on the ball.
I'm telling you right now, if he could have got that ball up, Coach, you're looking at McKenzie off to the races, and you got to give the offensive line of American Heritage a lot of credit, because right now the quarterback uniform, when he goes back home to Plantation, you don't even have to watch it, just hang it right up. He has not touched the field once.
Single back in the backfield, 2 wide on each side. Looks like Coswell, hard count, brought him off sides. Number 50 and number 22 of Hallandale jump.
This is frustration kicking in now, Coach. This is, when you get frustrated, you tend to lose discipline, and that's what's going on right now.
And it happens with a young team, although those were 2 seniors. It's second down and 5. Single back in the backfield. Now they've got a receiver moving. Number 22.
As a receiver, your job is to look at the ball before anything else. All the noise in the world doesn't make a difference. You look inside to see whether that ball snapped or not. Not a hard count, nothing of the nature. You always look inside to see that ball. And if that ball doesn't move, you don't move.
Last minute or so, a ball has been sloppy on both sides of the ball. Oswald's back to throw. He throws it deep down the left sideline. Just out the outstretched hands. Actually could have been a completion. Threw that ball pretty well, high to the outside.
Never got the one hand thing there, Coach. It looks like it. If he had a little bit more, put both hands in the air, he looked like he could possibly bring that in, at least tip it to himself. If you can get one hand on the ball, you can get 2 hands on the ball. And it looks like they're in a 0 coverage right now with 1 deep, and yeah, it's the discipline thing again.
Hollandale jumps again. That's number 50, Kilby Lane. That's a junior, and Kilby's going to come to the bench. Number 13, Williamson, a senior, is going to place him. Twice is too many. You don't need to give them yards when they're driving it down your throat.
Absolutely, I agree with you, Coach.
Hard count again. Coswell's back. He's looking to his right. It's a screen play tipped up. Number 22, great play by Scott. Tipped that ball up Boy, that would have been a good opportunity to take that thing back into the end zone. Good heads-up play by number 22, the linebacker.
And one thing you have to take in consideration, Coach, the defense is doing their job. They've you had 2 long drives and 1 quick one, and that's why we're at 23-3 right now. But defense is doing a good job in holding on, to the Arkansas commit Tyler Cogswell. Looking at University of Arkansas getting a great athlete in that quarterback right there.
Well, they're back to punt. He's going to run around with the ball. Punt a little low spiral. Got number 21 back. Takes a kick on the bounce. That's Jackson, Jonathan Jackson.
That's a dangerous move, Coach. That could have gone either way. He gets popped the right way. The ball's going the opposite direction, and you don't want that, fluttering all over the floor.
Well, let's see what Hallandale can do. We've got we're late in the third quarter. They're down by 20 points. American Heritage, to be honest, they didn't go on the attack mode and put the kill on them, so they got sloppy. They're going to play down, then we might get stung. So let's see. They've got another. No, that's Huntley back in. Got trips to the right. See what this young man can do. Boy, oh boy, they're having a hard time with the ball. It actually bounced out of Huntley's hands into Roll's hands. It was a good bounce. He picks up about 3 or 4. They're going to need more than 3 or 4.
I agree, Coach. And it looks like the number 2 Gordon is back in, and that's a good sign. That's a good sign. You want your best athletes on the field, and he's back, and kudos to him, and making sure that he toughed this out. He wants a W, and he wants to help his team get it.
Putting back down here wide left. Got Huntley on freshman, takes a snap, 2-step drop, throws the ball. Picked off. Chip picked off.
They can go ahead and cancel it. That's McKenzie.
McKenzie takes it in.
Yeah, that's McKenzie.
40
again,
yards.
My opinion, player of the game. This is not good for Hallandale right now. That's something that they didn't want. Huntley tried his best to try to get the ball in, and a little bit over his receiver's hand, and.
Woods had a shot at it. He definitely had a shot at it, but he tipped it up. Kinsey was sitting there waiting for it. Took it 40 yards for American Heritage touchdown. Make the extra point. It'll bring him to 30-3, and now it could get out of hand. But we'll see what these young men do when they come back. They're lined up for the kick. There's a snap. Kick is up. And it's good. It is. American Heritage 30. Hallandale 3. You're watching the NCRA Sports Network. This is high school football. We'll be right back.
Come on down to Bruce Room. Great taste is just the beginning. First thing that you'll notice, this is your kind of place. When you sit back and relax, you're gonna love the taste. Good times don't go to waste. You found the right place. Come on down to Bruce Room. Great taste is just the beginning.
There are over 1,800 colleges and universities in the nation. There are over 10 million high school student athletes that graduate each year. Only 0.08% of these student athletes that graduate receive full scholarships.
We're here, we got your back.
And you can go back and get your college degree and come back and help us, man.
It all started with a dream. And now it's up to us to keep it alive.
And we're back to live action. It was number 15 who was down on the field. They got him off. He seems to be okay. And American Heritage is getting ready to kick off the ball from the 40-yard line, up 30-3. playing against a very young Hallandale High School football team that lost a big one last week to Dillard High School, and American Heritage went up and played Sebring and won that game. And like we said earlier, the only game they lost this year is by 3 points to Jacksonville Bulls. Take it short, a little pooch kick. Number 8's going to return it. I don't know if he's ever touched the ball before. That's a big boy. Number 8, Woods, Anthony Woods.
On the return is number 8, Anthony Woods. Short game.
He protected the ball well.
On the return.
Got the ball out to about the 35-yard line. Make it to 38.
And believe it or not, Coach, his nickname, Chevy.
He's
Heavy
built like a
Chevy.
He's built like a Chevy. Linebacker, 210, 6'1", senior. I'd probably put him in the backfield.
With a name like Chevy, Coach, you can't go wrong.
You run that power I, you may want the Chevy leading the way.
Absolutely.
Okay. Freshman Huntley comes back out. Spread offense is what it's all about. Might be calling audible. Wide receiver's looking at him. Steps back up into the pocket. He's scrambling around. It might be a fumble. You got that ball out wide. It looks like it is a fumble. It may be back in American Heritage hands. No. Young man needs to be able to tuck that ball away. Scrambling around.
Got to give something for the young man to work with. I agree with you, Coach. His line need to also give him a little bit more time. It's a daunting task with this American Heritage defensive line. But I tell you one thing, they've been doing. They know that they can move the ball on them. And I think that if they can get a little something going on, at least it won't be a complete loss, and it gives something for these young men to look forward to in the future.
Loss of about 14. Huntley gives the ball off to number 3, Roll. And Roll picks up about 4 or 5. Penalty flag coming from the back judge.
Yeah, it looks like the turf monster got a hold of him on that one. He had a nice sealed sideline.
See what the call is. Came from the back judge. Good point at Heritage.
Really?
It is against Heritage. That's going to be a 15-yarder. That'll help him get back to second down and about 7.
I don't think I've ever seen a chop block on the defense, but the referee called it. Can't argue it. So I'm ready to march on.
That's what I thought the signal was. I wasn't going to say anything.
Well, you have a conversation again.
Maybe it wasn't a chop block on the defense.
I don't think I've ever seen a chop block on the defense, Coach. Unless you're designed to take out the blocker. Well, they're keeping the penalty. I guess it's a chop block. Okay.
We've got 37 seconds left in the third quarter. American Heritage up 30-3. Young freshman Huntley with a second down and 6. Backfield, rolls to his right. Looks like he throws it. Receiver fell down. He took a shot by big number 99, Darius Holliday. Guy's a beast, but they've done pretty well on him tonight.
At the very beginning, he was running roughshod all over the offense, and they look like they've been containing him pretty good. At times, double and triple teaming them. So, they're doing a good job. They can actually move the ball on American Heritage. It's just that they can't seem to get a drive and complete a drive.
Huntley in the backfield, 2 backs, snaps over his head, ball called dead. Looks like the left tackle for Hallandale moved before the snap.
And actually, that's a very, very fortunate penalty on them. The ball actually was snapped over the quarterback's head, Huntley's head, and it's going to be again a different issue.
Take the 5 yards instead of the bounce and scoop and score, right?
Absolutely.
Well, seconds left in the third quarter. It's 3rd down and 11. Hallandale down by 27 points. Got Huntley back, 2 backs in the backfield. He's looking to his left, but he throws it in the ground. It looks like the miscommunication between the receiver and the quarterback. And Huntley takes another big shot by, it looks like that may be no, that's number 85, not 95, Mark Aguilar. I thought it might have been Darius's brother Brandon, but it was number 85. And I'll tell you, that young freshman is going to be sore tonight, 170 pounds.
Yeah, you really don't want over 200 pounds landing on you at any given moment. And we got a little bit of confusion going on. No one knows where to line up at right now.
It's 4th down. They're in a punt formation, but they don't know who's supposed to be on and who's supposed to be off the field.
And they burnt another timeout, Coach, which they did not need to do. So
looks like I see a flag on the side in the backfield. Wow. On American Heritage. 5-yard penalty. What was that called? I didn't see it.
I think it was too many men on the field.
Okay.
And yeah, they actually look like they had 13 people on the field, Coach.
Looks like they're getting ready to try to block this punt. They've got bad snap. It is blocked. 24 picks the ball up. He may take it all the way.
And
he does.
Yeah.
It's number 24, Tavarius McFadden. They blocked the punt against Hallandale. Darius McFadden takes it 35 yards on the hop and scores for American Heritage. They're having some serious problems from center to quarterback and center to punt and center to holder.
Coach, right now, one of these types of games, you come back with certain issues, and one thing that you can definitely say that with this game, a lot of flaws have been made, and you have to go and look at tape and go to practice and try to do a better job coming in. But that was a very unfortunate play for the Chargers.
That was quick 6. Kick is up. It's 7. Now, with a few seconds left in the third quarter still, we've got the American Heritage Patriots up by the score of 37-3. You're watching high school sports from the NCRA Sports Network. Stay tuned.
You're watching the NCRA Sports Network, the #1 sports network in the nation, covering high school sports. NCRA Sports Network.
Come on down to Bruce Room. Great taste is just the beginning. First thing that you'll notice, this is your kind of place. When you sit back and relax, you're gonna love the taste. Good times don't go to waste. You found the right place. Come on down to Bruce Room. Great taste is just the beginning.
There is ready to pick up. This took a block punt, 35 yards for the score. Now they kick it over somebody. Touchdown. There he is. Nasty. They've had several of them tonight.
Got you. First down and 10 for the Chargers.
Being the head of the division right now. There's no room for error. Unfortunately,
We've got a handoff off tackle.
The handoff goes to number 9, McGowan. Inside handoff, made it immediately. By number 85, the Patriots, ladies and gentlemen, Mark Aguilera. On the ball carries number 9, McGowan. Brings up second down and 8 for the Chargers. Run brought to you by number 9, ladies and gentlemen. Tyrone McGowan. Third down and 1 for the Chargers. Mr. Deeb's on the tackle. That's number 42.
At least to fake it and do a play action of some sort to open things up and make sure that everybody stays honest.
That pass is incomplete, intended for number 41, Contavious Knox. Flags on the field. It's going to be a sportsmanlike penalty on the Patriots. That's going to bring up an automatic first down.
I think the penalty was actually a dead ball, so it was after the play already, so I think it's a ball.
No, they got the defense still on the field. A little bit of confusion.
Yeah, it's American Heritage as well.
It is American Heritage as well. Yeah, ball foul after the play. Hallandale has some defense out there.
See Mr. Michelle coming back in the game. They tend to yank him, make sure that he doesn't injure. As we know, last year was out for the entire season with a torn ACL. And actually, I was wrong. They're bringing him back in. I guess I spoke too soon.
Well, we got 7:55 in counting. Give his to Michelle off the right side. It's a fake. It's a fake and a reverse. Number 6 takes a reverse.
That pass is is complete to number 22.
That was Gibson.
Front right pistol, 20 flat. Front right pistol, 20 flat.
Pitched it. Sophomore quarterback coming down, he throws it. 22.
Tell EG to get out there.
37-3. Billy Fox still. Trick play. Okay.
He gets in there.
Number 1, Sonny Michel on the carry. He's brought down by number 22, Andre Scott.
Pistol, 16.
Outside handoff goes to Sonny Michel. Picks up a Patriot first down.
Great vision. He knows when to cut up. He cut that up so fast. He was laser sharp. That's a young man that he's only a junior. That's the scary part. Can you imagine that he has more to build on with that? He's going to be a problem. He's going to be a problem. In the nation, let alone here in South Florida. I saw him on YouTube. I'm impressed.
Who's right pistol, 1 first.
That pass completes to tight end number 81. Mark Kazan. On the tackle is number 27, Kenoya Yaya Francis. Inside handoff.
Let's see what it is.
Come on down to Bruce Room. Great taste is just the beginning. First thing that you'll notice, this is your kind of place. When you sit back and relax, you're gonna love the taste. Good times don't go to waste. You found the right place. Come on down to Bruce Room. Great taste is just the beginning.
McKenzie, and he scores on a quick slant. And looking at problems, these are the problems Hallandale High School are having right now.
Brought to you by number 9, Anthony Benson.
Around a 20-yard pass. Looking at a 20-yard pass coming from Tyler Cogswell to number 5, Isaac McKenzie, who's literally just been all over the place. I believe this is that's his second touchdown of the game. You're talking about a phenomenal athlete, and again, Isaiah McKenzie is legitimately only a junior. Great upside. American Heritage is lining up for extra point. Kicks off, and it is good.
Well, we apologize for the audio. We had a camera that had audio running upstairs, so you got a lot of the field action too. This is high school sports. We're going to take a quick break. You're watching the NCRA Sports Network.
You're watching the NCRA Sports Network, the #1 sports network in the nation, covering high school sports. NCRA Sports Network.
And we're back to live action. American Heritage will be kicking off. 44-3. 1:58 left in the game. Number 27, or make it 23. Horn with the ball brings it out to the 45-yard line. Yeah, they're going to have to regroup. Got a young team. Coach Damian Jones got a nice young quarterback. He looks good. Have to regroup and make some decisions before next week's game.
Absolutely, Coach. I mean, he has a lot to build on. That's a positive thing. I mean, it's not you rather build on something that's more of a W, but it's not all bad. I mean, they moved the ball pretty well on American Heritage tonight. I mean, everything is possible, but they definitely have to go back and revisit some things and try to do some things better.
Yeah, they got a young team. They'll go back to the drawing board, and they've still got 4 or 5 games left this season. Again, a freshman quarterback, 15 years old. Huntley under center, the I formation. He gives it to the right-hand side. Nice little gain, almost first down. Clock is winding down, under a minute. It was great having you out here tonight doing color. This is Damian Hunt, and doing color for us down here in South Florida, and we really appreciate you coming out and doing this with us tonight.
Coach, I've had a great time. This is fun, and again, I wouldn't want to do it with any other company other than NCRA. You guys are doing a phenomenal job out here, and hopefully this won't be my last time. This is phenomenal. What you guys are doing for young people is a great thing, and kudos, and my hat goes off to you guys.
Well, we appreciate that, and this certainly won't be the last time that you'll be out here with us. It's been my pleasure, and the final score of the game is American Heritage Patriots 44, the Hallandale Chargers are 3, and we're looking forward to next week's game. Next week's game of the week will be Ely against Deerfield Beach. And folks, don't miss the action this Wednesday. We bring it to you live from Coral Springs Brews Room, the high school sports review. My son Glenn Stout will bring the highlights of this game, and there'll be plenty of them with 44 points put up. We'll have players and coaches, and we will have a feature for next week's game of the week. We've had a great time down here in Hallandale. I want to thank my colleague Damian Hunt for coming down and taking the time to do the color. I want to give a special shout out to Dennis Troutman III, our high school student athlete of the week. Great story. Keep up the good work. If you're watching tonight, we're looking forward to working with you. Anyone who wants to get in touch with us, anybody has a student athlete that needs to learn how to play the recruiting game, any student athlete in the Fort Lauderdale area that wants to come to an academic mentoring program, we have one once a month at the African American Library run by Patrick Lowe. If you need any further information, you can contact me. This is Glenn Stout at glenn@ncrasportsnetwork.com or glenn@kdafoundation.org. And I invite you to check out Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation website. That is www.kdafoundation.org. And as always, we enjoy bringing you high school sports because this is NCRA Sports Network. We are the #1 sports network in the country covering high school sports and high school events. We're signing off. This is Glenn Stout, Damian Hunt. Thank you for watching tonight. See you next week.
You're watching the NCRA Sports Network, the #1 sports network in the nation covering high school sports, NCRA Sports Network.
There are over 1,800 colleges and universities in the nation. There are over 10 million high school student athletes that graduate each year. Only 0.08% of these student athletes that graduate receive full scholarships.
We're here, we got your back.
And you can go back and get your college degree and come back and help us, man.
It all started with a dream. And now it's up to us to keep it alive.
If you're sitting out there and you're wondering, you have to start that process.
Education comes first. You never know what the future holds.
Gave me a better opportunity to make it in life. Live your dreams.
How far are you willing to go?